There's a little section in the article about farm workers that came out on Sunday, January 24th, that I wanted to do a little separate video on. I think it was Ellsworth that's being quoted. He says, people ask all the time about the heads the crops left in the field. Yes, it was Ellsworth. He said, some are defective. They may be undersized or oversized. They may have an irregular shape or be damaged in some way. The human eye sees that and leaves it behind in the field. Consumers are very particular. If that odd-shaped head is next to a perfect head, on the counter in the store, the shopper picks the perfect one. There lies the importance of hand labor to us. But that whole thing of the crops that are left in the field, used to be, in fact, the Bible's pretty specific about that the poor should have the right to go in and glean. You know how we lost that right in America? The litigious society. It may be a folk tale, it may be fact, but the understanding that was given around here was that you can't go into the field and glean because somebody was doing that and stumbled in the field over a crop, over a row, over a stone, and was injured and sued the farmer and collected. Damn, damn, damn. Fortunately, some farmers, particularly I guess when you're the school superintendent and some of the farmers' department heads and so on are tied in with your staff, we've been permitted to go into some fields. One farmer told us just when they had taken the seed heads off for seeds for onions, and all those onions had been just turned over laying there, and were just turned over today if you want onions, and they knew we liked onions. Take a sack or two down there and get all the onions you want. So we did. Another time, cabbage had been harvested, and lots of heads out there. The farmer said, I'm not going to be checking, and come out about dark, get all the cabbage you want. Boy, did we make a bunch of kraut. They do have some arrangements where some organizations, particularly the Mormon Church, is able to work with farmers and do some gleaning. But tons of good stuff is turned over, put back into the soil. It's not totally wasted. It helps rebuild the soil. But people going hungry and good food being turned under because of the litigious society of suing to where the farmer can't afford to let you come in and have what he would gladly let you have if he wasn't violating the rules and endangering his family income if somebody would sue. And a lot of it is standardization. I was in judging teams as a 4-H'er as a kid. The head of lettuce, the head of cabbage, the steer, the lamb that I would have judged in those days as being the best because it had the most meat, the most food value in that head of lettuce or head of cabbage, cauliflower, etc. Now they don't want because, for instance, on cantaloupe and lettuce and apples and all sorts of things, they want to get a particular count that fits into a particular container, a box or whatever that's designed to ship it. And then that trains you and I as a consumer to look for that particular size. So imagine that the head that is the healthiest, the beef that has the most meat on it, isn't going to be the prime one, because they want the one that when it's butchered out, that every one of those roasts look almost identical. The right number of heads of cabbage go into a box, the right number of apples go into a bushel basket box, and so on and so on and so on. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Now, one thing leads to another, and some things are to the advantage of being able to sell the product. And if you're raising the product, you've got to be able to sell it, or you can't afford to grow it.